In the previous episode, we killed Skeletron Prime, and it was fairly easy. And we also remade our character for weird reasons. Look, if you want to hear more about that stuff, go to the previous episode. However, this episode is starting with a solar eclipse because I logged into the world and it was like, a solar eclipse is happening. Cool, thanks game. So let's handle that, I guess. Not too hyped about this. Honestly, I think the best thing that we could do with the solar eclipse, as I have to re-equip some stuff here because I have the pause on, as I remembered while in the middle of doing this, because of taking screenshots. There we go, that's a little bit better. I think the best thing we can do with the solar eclipse is just clear it. There's really nothing that we need from it, I don't think. Nothing that's coming from mind, or coming to mind. But again, I don't really... Oh, we got Spatial Disc wanting to talk to us again. I don't really play Ranger that often, so I'm not entirely sure what we can get from the solar eclipse. Like, I know once you kill Plantera, or not even, no, it's before Plantera, you can get the like scythe weapon, which is really cool, but that's melee. And there's a couple other really cool weapons for the other classes. Not really like the sphere, the orb thing. I believe that's post Plantera. Either way, like that stuff, not Ranger. I have no idea what comes from this as a Ranger. Maybe it's a nail gun? Is that what it's called? I think there's a nail gun, potentially. I think at this point, what I'm gonna need to do is set up an event arena. So basically, not an entire arena, it's just a little spot that you stand in and you let everything die to lava. It'll make this stuff a lot easier. We're not playing in... Maybe the Izor dropped something for Ranger. I'm not sure. We're not playing in journey mode, so it's not like we could just like skip to daytime and get it done with. But yeah, I think there's... Well, maybe what does he drop? The Eye Spring. I don't want the pet. All right. I think... Oh, I just like click off my game. I think what I'm gonna do is probably head to the snow biome, because like I don't know if there's really anything I can get from this other than gold, which to be fair, you know, gold is nice. We used a lot trying to reforge our weapons. Or maybe we just go under here. Actually, you know what? I need to make a bucket. Okay, I need to get away from here so I can get over to my crafting station and make a bucket. So I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna lead everything away. Do I want more than one bucket? Probably only need one bucket, right? So let's get this possessed out of here. Okay, quick. Bucket. Craft, hurry up. All right, we're out of here, losers. No, I hit the wrong button. Now we're out of here, losers. Yeah, I'm gonna get some lava. I'm gonna make a little bit of an arena. It dawned on me yesterday. I went to go record, and I was just like, I can't. I just can't record Terraria today. I just didn't want to. And it's been a while since I've been like that. And I think it dawned on me that this particular series, just the stars above, it's just not hitting as much as I wanted it to. It had me to begin with. It's got really cool lore stuff and the way that they do the waifu girls and everything. Like, that's really cool. Or those are cool stellar array abilities. But is it really, you know, it's something you got to be honest with yourself. Is it really working? Is it catching my attention? Is it being fun? I don't know if it is. I'm enjoying the mod for sure, but do I feel like I'm enjoying it more than I do other mods? Well, definitely not. Let's put that there. Okay, so I'm gonna need a little bit more of a lava pit than that, but you know what? That'll do. That'll help at least a little bit with the damage here, because then we can pull this out just a tiny bit faster. So yeah, I'm in a weird spot with it. It's not that I'm gonna stop, like we're gonna play this all the way through, but my enthusiasm for this particular mod has gone down compared to when we first started. And this, by the way, I should have mentioned this first. This is not a you guys problem. Like, so the reason I say that is as a person who consumes a lot of YouTube, I would say I consume about, out of all video content I consume, about 90% of it is YouTube. And I watch a lot of TV shows too, so like that, oh my goodness. And that tells you a lot. But I know from my own perspective that if I hear someone who's playing a series that I'm really enjoying watching, and they say I'm not really enthused by this anymore, I try to come up with solutions. Be like, oh, and maybe that's actually a me thing, because I also do YouTube and I want to help the person out, but that's not actually necessary. So if you're coming up with a solution, it's not a you problem. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. It's just I'll get through it, and then we'll move on to the next mod, and hopefully the next mod will be good. And I think part of the problem is that the mod itself came at a weird point, because we had just gotten off the back of some incredible mods. Like, we did Mod of Redemption, we did a Calamity playthrough, we did Fargo Soul mod, like all of those back to back was just incredible. And we also did Thorium before that Calamity playthrough, so like there were some good playthroughs that we did, and I was super enthused by those. This one, it's just not clicking as much, and I think there's a few other ones that I might do, but what I've been kind of considering is maybe what I do is like alternate mods. So maybe I do like a well-known mod, like a Fargo's, a Calamity, a Thorium, stuff like that. And then the next series is more of a lesser-known mod. Stars Above, I don't know, what's something off the top of my head. I'm intentionally not mentioning one in particular mod because I know it'll be funny. Well, I'll talk about that in a second, but yeah, just do like a smaller known mod in between the bigger ones, and I think that will keep the enthusiasm for the smaller mods there, because then it won't be like bam, 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 like huge, awesome mods back to back, and then a lesser known one that may not necessarily hit. It'd be fun to kind of space it out a bit. I think that would space out my enthusiasm in a more healthy way, as opposed to having these incredible mod playthroughs that I'm doing. And that's not to say that the little ones can't be incredible. The likelihood of them being less incredible is higher. Just a fact. It's just how that works. It's potentially, or it's more often than not, a lesser known mod because I hate those freaking eyesores, because it doesn't have the same level of stuff put into it that like a Calamity does, like a larger mod. Not to say that I think Calamity is the top, but I'm not trying to say that at all. I think Calamity is definitely one of the most downloaded mods for sure. Do I think it is one of the best mods? Actually, no. I think there's a lot of other mods that are better. I'm coming to kill this one guy because I want my money back. All right, let's try not to die to the frickin' eye guy again. He's really annoying. I'm trying to keep them in that lava, but again, I need to extend that out a bit. That's something to do, not during a solar eclipse. So I think what I'm gonna do in today's episode, outside of trying the destroyer, is expand that little area so I could just sit there and not have to worry about crap shooting at me. And they'll just die and I can AFK farm it. That will help my enthusiasm for this mod a bunch. A bunch. Is it gone? Is it finally freaking gone? Am I not going to get lasered again? I just want my gold back. Like some of these are carrying my gold. Okay, so that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about. And again, that's not a you issue. Just let it happen. We'll get through it together. But the second thing is I ran a poll on whether or not I should do a playthrough of The Last of Us, Part 1, which is coming out on PC tomorrow, so the day after this video posts. So that'll be fun. I never really played through the first game. I played a bit of the first game, but I actually, for The Last of Us games, I ended up watching somebody else play through. I watched Let's Play of people that I really enjoyed at the time. The first one was Day 9, Shomplot. And the second one, I watched Andy from Kinda Funny playthrough. And that was just kind of, it was fun. I enjoyed those playthroughs that I watched. However, I never actually have played the games. And with the release of the show being awesome, if you haven't watched The Last of Us show, you really need to, even if you've never played the games. You'd be surprised just how close it follows the game, which is tough to do considering you're translating a game to live action. That, historically has been very difficult. So yeah, I think there's some validity in going straight to the show over watching or playing the game. However, why not both, right? I ran the poll. It was in favor of me doing a playthrough of it. And I think that'll be fun because, again, I've never actually played through the game myself. And I really barely even remember what happens in the game other than the major beats that hit. So it'll be fun, I think, to go through that in a playthrough. And with the hindsight of having watched the show and having known generally what happens in the games, and being able to talk about that. And at a certain point in the playthrough, I may... We'll have to see depending on the average viewer, but I may get to a point in the playthrough where I have a full-on spoiler discussion of also Last of Us Part 2, but it will be a skippable episode, so that way
losing was never an option.
That way people who have only watched the show and don't know what happens in the second game can totally go in blind and not have to worry about spoilers. So I think that's kind of my goal at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to keep clearing this out. We don't have much longer on the day for this, and then I will finish making my little thing over here and talk a little bit more about that. Okay, here's my little death hut. Basically, things jump in, they get trapped, they die to the lava. Bada bing, bada boom. Really easy. If you've never seen me do one of these, it's fairly basic. It's not anything like revolutionary. There's plenty of other people who do stuff like that. I did want to get slightly more lava because I've noticed that there are particular enemies in things. Oh, should we fill this in? I don't really have any dirt. I just dumped all my dirt. Whatever, I'll do that later. There are particular enemies in some of the events that like to hop a bit, and when they're hopping, they're not actually getting in the lava as much. So if you have it just like even a tad bit higher, it seems to catch them up. So that's just from my own experience using one of those. Neptune shell, pretty good. We'll dump that in there. We don't need the wood, eye spring, or the mushroom, or the star. So I need to make a mechanical worm. Oh, I can make one. Good. Okay, so let's go ahead and craft one. I'm not ready to fight this boss yet. I'm not. I think what I need is a key of light. So I need to go farm souls of light to get keys of light to make hallowed mimics to get the Daedalus Stormbow. That's kind of our goal at the moment. I think the Daedalus Stormbow is gonna be the way forward for that. We also need to farm stuff in order to get some... why is this not planting? There it goes. We need to farm some stuff to get the holy arrows as well. And in fact, I probably could do it with the repeater that I have, but I need holy arrows, and those you get from pixie dust. So I need to go to our Hallowed, which is off over by our jungle, if I remember correctly. Remember, this is I had to remake this character for dumb reasons, but the fact is, if I want to, I should say, if I want to be able to see the map, I have to re-explore this stuff. Am I gonna actually get like pixies and whatnot spawning over here, or is it gonna be just a bunch of jungle stuff? So if I go like, I don't know, right here, is this too much? Or again, is this just gonna be a bunch of jungle stuff? I don't know. Maybe I'll farm some pixies. Maybe that's what we do. But I also gotta get the Stormbow too, so I'm kind of torn like what I should be doing at the moment. You know what game I've been really considering playing lately though, because I never gave it enough time, I don't think, is Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a fantastic roguelike game. It even has a Terraria crossover in it. And it was one of those like, man, I kind of really want to play this game. But I just haven't had time this week to do that. And then we got Last of Us coming out. Although I'm only going to be playing that game through the playthrough. So actually, that's a good segue to talk about that, because I think for people who maybe only watch my Terraria stuff, you got no idea how I do everything else. Well, it's a good time to explain that a bit. Just give you an expectation of what this will be like. I ain't finding no pixies. I think what I need to do is expand my area here. Do I have a steampunker? I do. How much is the contaminator? She don't like being here. Where does she like being? Let's figure this out first, and I'll talk about that. She's around too many people at the moment. That's a big thing. I think she actually likes the desert. I'm gonna get rid of here. Party girl? I can get rid of the party girl. So I'm gonna take her back. Although this isn't gonna work until later, but we can move the party girl over here, and I think we can move the steampunker off over here. And then maybe we get a big enough discount to be able to utilize that. So, okay. I think I just need to go farm stuff to get the Daedalus Storm buff. So let's go do that. So the way that I typically do playthroughs of big games like The Last of Us, or the best example I think recently is Jedi Fallen Order. The way that I handle that is I do really long episodes. So I know a lot of you guys constantly are asking for longer episodes, and I do, roughly a 20-minute episode, which is pretty good. I think that's pretty good for watching length, and just good for retention on YouTube, which makes the videos do better. But when you're playing a game like The Last of Us, or Jedi Fallen Order, or Deathloop, and games like that I have covered on the channel and have done this with, you run into two issues. Number one, actually they're both related, but number one is that players who are playing the game at the same time as you and are interested in watching a playthrough because they're playing the game will continue to play with you. However, the moment they finish the game, or they lose interest in the game because they've played too much of it, or they're just like moving on, guess what happens? They stop watching the playthrough. They stop caring. That doesn't go for everybody, but for the general person. So the way that I combat that is I do really long episodes, and I finish the game very quickly. So I finish it basically within 20 episodes, like these standard like AAA games. I try to finish within about 20 episodes, which means I gotta do an hour or more per episode to get through it that quickly. The second thing that, again, is related is that if you span a year and a half on a series, and you're just, we got a gelatinous thing there. We actually might be able to do Queen Slime instead. That'd be great. So let's say you're doing, a year and a half to play through The Last of Us, because you're uploading 20-minute episodes and you're not uploading them every single day. The problem there is, again, you lose interest of people. They don't care anymore. So you kind of have to be smart about it and upload long episodes, get it all done, or a lot of episodes very, very quickly. Because I upload one video every single day and I've never missed a day, I opt to do the long episode, because that's it just works better with how the channel works, right? So yeah, that's, if you've never seen one of my other playthroughs, that's what I do. I just blast through the game. I take my time with it. It's not like I'm hurrying by any means, but oh my goodness, can't believe I died to that. I didn't even know how low my HP was. But yeah, I don't necessarily dawdle in the game. I definitely work my way through it and do so rapidly, so that way the interest isn't lost. And I think it works out better that way. So I definitely recommend when when the video goes up tomorrow, which it probably will be going up sooner in the day than later, because I think it unlocks at like 11 Eastern time, which is my time zone, which means I will be recording like midday for the first time in a while and doing like an hour-long episode, but I'm going to be uploading it in 1440p, so it takes a while to process and render and all that stuff. So it'll be out definitely before your standard Terraria episode normally would. So you should definitely check that out. All right, I think I kind of want to do this boss fight, but the best way to do it is going to be going over to here, right, and floating up to our giant bridge that spans our world, and trying the boss fight here. So let's try it. Let's try the queen slime. I can always get more of these, right? I'm not like super concerned. Yeah, here we go. Oh, right. I'm not in the biome. If I take her out of biome, does she enrage? I don't know if that's the case. Here, she's coming. Come to me, my queen. Oh, goodness. She spawned on top of me. Wasn't expecting that. We have the damage to handle this, and we have the proper weapon to do this, so I'm really curious to see how this is going to end up going. I do want to try to keep my distance. I could do it in like in a giant arena type battle, but what I'm going to do is probably just utilize our bridge here. Why not? We have a world spanning bridge. We may as well use it. I got a lot of little guys coming this way. Oh man, those stupid bubbles. I don't actually mind doing the whole floating around her either. I'm not really doing much damage to her. I'm kind of focusing more of my damage on the minions that she's spawning, and I don't think that's ideal either. So let's try to focus more of our effort on her. And we'll use our Stellar Nova to clear up the little guys when we need to. Like, look at all them over there. Goodness, she's like launching so much stuff. What might be a little bit better for these guys, if I can hit them with it, is the shotgun. Because I can kind of hit more of them with this weapon. Yeah, I think that's working, but I despawned the boss. Okay, so now we know. It's the second time in as many episodes that I've despawned the boss. Ah, that's so annoying. All right, I'm going to go get more Souls of Light. Okay, one key of light made. Also, I found a hallowed key, which is convenient. I'll take that. Got a magic dagger and some sapphires. Let's sell that dagger. We're not gonna need that, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of that. And while I'm thinking about it, because it's nighttime, head over to the desert. I think maybe we should be able to buy a Contaminator. That's a little cheaper, but it's not quite cheap enough. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. I need a chest. I think I've got plenty in here. Picked up a few, yeah. So now we can attempt this. It may not work very well, but you know, we'll see. Let's pop this down. Let's open this up. Let's put this in here. And let's switch to our bow, or rather a repeater. I think the repeater's pretty good for this. I have less likelihood of me one-shotting myself or just like dominating myself with the reflect that the Hallowed Mimic does, simply by using the shotgun. So I think this weapon will work just fine. Yeah, I'm doing plenty of damage. Just nice and easy, nice and easy. That's the benefit of getting the Hallowed Repeater early, is it makes stuff like this a lot easier, and then you can get the Daedalus Storm Bow a lot easier, although just got screwed over by that zombie. Pretty normal though. That's what zombies do. Like that guy right there, just jumping right into me. Who does he think he is? Who does he think he is? Did I get it? No. I got a Vile Crystal Shard, which not what I need. Definitely not what I need. Also, don't really care for the mana potions. I'm not using mana. So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. Actually, I did just get some gold from that, right? So let's go check now. Oh, wrong one. If I have enough for the Contaminator. Shop. We're close. We're so close. All right, I think I'm basically between episodes. I'm just gonna AFK farm in the underground Hallowed and just get a bunch of those and make a few keys and then do them all at once at the start of the next episode, which will lead us into doing the Destroyer. Also, at that point, I'll probably find a couple spawns for the queen slime, and then we'll be able to do that too. Yeah. And then, by getting all of that money that I'll be getting inevitably by killing things, I'm going to be able to get a Clantaminator, which we can then expand the Hallow, which will allow us then to actually farm pixies and whatnot. Yeah, I think that's going to be the play that we do.